And yes, another Friday, another 9 p.m., but tonight it's another story. Once upon a time, there were a little white girl coming from Iran to Paris. Tonight, I welcome Mahdavi, Ali Mahdavi, my dear friend, beautiful, king of glamour.
Merci.
Thank
Merci,
you for
merci.
coming, Ali.
C'est un plaisir, c'est un honneur.
I hope you don't mind if we speak in English
No,
tonight.
I can do it. I think I can
It's
do it.
perfect.
Okay. Alors, so this is my good profile, my good three-quarter. So I won't speak to him at all during all interview, and because glamour will never die, as would say Eliane Pin Carrington. So I'm all yours.
Very good. I'm happy to give your face to the public, and I'll try to give mine as much as I can to both of them. You came to Paris, you kind of reached this aesthetic because Paris is the city of beauty, of
Yes,
glamours, and
yes,
it's
I'm
light
really-
and love, so all the things that we like and appreciate. When you came and succeeded in all your studies, how did you start? Because you like to draw, you like to draw, and of course like to dream about those women and to picture them and to put them into a certain situation. What was the first thing that you started after your school? What made you start this whole big adventure?
Well, I think I knew that I always would be in different way. I didn't know how. For instance, I never thought. I really thought my goal was to be a fashion designer, and I never thought I would do something else than that. But somehow life bring you in other direction. Whatever you conceive and project in your life, life will bring you somewhere else. You will never have your life the way you plan it, and that's really the good thing. It's bring you in other territories that you didn't expect it, and you have to be very open to that. I'm very lucky to not be scared by new experience. I mean, I am scared when I did my first advertising movie. It was the first time I was doing a film. I couldn't sleep the night before, and I was really anxious. And I had, or for my first narrative movie, I had my first panic attack. I called and I say, I'm not coming today. And the art director of the movie, my muse, Susan von Eichinger, took a cab and she's like, now you come. And I went to do the rehearsal and I took 2 vodka, and once you're in it, you do it. But I'm never, I always say yes to things. Like when Christian Louboutin asked me to do a holographic movie, again with Dita, who's my other muse, and say, have you done it? Do you know how to do it? I'm like, yes, of course I know. And then I'm traumatized because I don't know how. But somehow that's a work team and things get together. So I think that's how, to answer you, I managed to do different things because even though I'm scared, I like the challenge.
Ali, I have a question for you because all your trauma and dream of aesthetic, which are like very extreme in their ways, and especially the time that you were growing, I mean, it's a time that Belgians were starting to do very conceptual and very dusty and dark aesthetics. Also, Japanese were like coming up very intensively with their avant-gardism in their way. And you revisit the old glamour and beautiful and just like with the very essential codes of beauty that you just re-bring again. I mean, there were no surprises with your work, but you just bring it in such a special way, in such a unique and strong and very intensive with your old touch and intensity. How did you defend this work that no one wanted to see somehow, because it was the big 80s and big 90s that everyone wanted to see something new, something white, cubic, or very conceptual, and you just bring something very refined and very luxurious, something that we are trying to get rid of it, and you arrive with this product that no one wants to see, and you say like, this is what you want to see. How did you defend it?
Well, it was very difficult because, as you say, it was a time when glamour and beauty were an insult, and it happened to me. I'm not kidding. I lost big budget, because the clients were like, "Oh no, it's too beautiful. We can't do that." And people, when I started with this all Marnella Dietrich, Joseph von Sternberg, high golden age of Hollywood. I mean, I didn't start it. I think I always did that, but it came on the market and people were saying it. They were like, "You're retarded," and they wouldn't get it, or they would laugh at me, or they would think I was 65-year-old. And again, till today, there's like, I don't know why, but, or maybe I do, because I'm a very free person and I don't really care about what people think, because I know that being free is the only way to live your life and do what you love. Life doesn't deserve to be lived if you don't do what you love, really. I think that I'd rather be dead to not do what I love. And many people hate me. I don't even know them, but like my name come and they're like, no, no, we don't want to live in a coffin. We don't want to work with that.
Oh God.
It's not modern. I know it's happened a lot. I lose lots of jobs because of that, because there's always somebody who hates me for no reason. I don't know them. I never met them. And when they meet me, most of the time they're like, oh, you're actually quite sweet. And also because I think this strong vision I have, and I'm very confident with it. It's not that I didn't have the choice, really. This is for me what beauty is it's from Nefertiti to today. There's a certain there's something obvious about what beauty is, and it's not always in a conventional way. But yes, it was very difficult, and still lots of magazines or a client, they don't want to work with me. But in another hand, because it's very specific and personal and at the same time universal, because it's touching something with timeless beauty or fascination we all have of femininity, but we sometimes won't admit it because our education and the society push you to be modern, which doesn't mean anything for me. And so I have clients who would work only with me. The good thing is that yes, I can. There might be a rejection of my work, but on the other hand, I'm never in competition with
Real
anyone.
followers here.
Yes, when the client chooses to work with me, they only want me. They cannot change me with anybody else. While today in fashion photography, for instance, all the photographers are doing you can change them very easily.
Yeah.
They don't
They all
have
do the
style.
same, yeah.
It's not like when you had Helmut Newton and Guy Bourdin and Deborah Turbeville and Sarah Moon. You didn't have to see the signature on the page. You would recognize the picture immediately. Today it's very, very hard when you look at the magazine to make the difference between Greg McDean or David Sims or Patrick de Marchelier. There is no style, and
Yeah, even
my
Tom
work.
Walker sometimes.
And it's the same with designer. You can't really see
Yeah,
the difference
absolutely.
between Celine and Marc Jacobs and everything. It's and my work have this identity, which means that actually I'm in the market for 10 years. Well, a little bit more than 10 years. While I saw lots of photographers rising up very quickly, doing all the big campaign, sometimes because they were so pretty and or they think this editor, because there's something that really changed in fashion photography is the power is not in the hand of the photographer anymore, but in the hand of fashion editor. And there was all this they were a trend about them, and 2 years after you don't see them anymore, they disappear.
Yeah.
While with my specificity and the fact that it's not easy for always for me, I'm still here. I still can make a living, and I still have people who hate me, yes, but people who really love my work, who I have actually, although I'm not considered as modern, very, very young person, I see it on Facebook, who writes me or ask advice or say, oh, I want to become a fashion designer or a photographer because
you
of
have a
your
huge
work.
touch. Your touch is really unique. Like we can just see like your colors, the fading or the shadow. We know it's a Mahdavi experience. Now people are asking you the portrait. They're asking you for the light for a show. You know, it's you have this uniqueness. I mean, you've been drawing, you've been doing pictures, and now you're doing these video projects. Is there any big project that you have in mind, like a big movie or something
Yes,
very unique?
long feature movie.
Yes.
I have 3 projects of long feature movie, one based on torture, one based on incest, and the one who hope, like I have a producer who's gonna finance the scenario
Wow.
with Jean-Claude Carrière. And this
Amazing.
is a very, very personal project that I had through a dream. It's the film Cabaret that we all adore.
Yes.
We really adore.
We all do.
We all do, and everybody is trying to do a remake of Cabaret, which is very stupid because it was so perfect that there isn't. If you do it again, you can only fail unless you do something else with it. And my idea was to replace the story, instead of doing it in the transition of Weimar Republic in Germany to the rise of National Socialism, to do it in Iran. Around the time of that I knew, the failure of the Shah and the rise of Islamic Republic. So to transpose this big change in society, the rise of the dictatorship, and in the case of the disgusting Islamic Republic, how, because they were burning prostitutes, it was disgusting how they would treat women, and they still do, and how anything related to glamour and beauty, and like there was a big cabaret scene in Iran, and we had really like this beautiful disco singer or glamorous singer, and the cabaret scene, like Sylvie Vartan would go in Iran, Mike Brandt was discovered there, Johnny Hallyday would go and sing there. And there was Festival of Shiraz, who was very avant-garde with pieces of Peter Brook.
So that will be your first.
That's hopefully, I hope, would be the first long feature movie.
And others.
So really, it's to transpose the story of Cabaret in Iran instead of having it in Germany, and to do the parallel between those two similar, although the National Socialism was much more worse than the Islamic Republic, but there are similarities in this transition of regime in a country, and how anything related to beauty is gone down. So this is my main project, and I really hope that, I'm very scared because I'm like, will I be able to achieve it?
You will.
Merci. And yes, and I would love to have Adele to play the part of Liza Minnelli.
Wow.
I would love, that's my ambition. But I really think that I'm very scared, but at the same time I really believe that everything is possible.
Well, good luck with that.
But you're the same.
I know what you feel. Very good. Well,
Still
I
the
think it's
microphone
time
to-
to spoil the
Yes.
emission, you know? People that are
Yes.
sitting in Tokyo, Los Angeles, or Vancouver, we're gonna ruin your evening with a little song.
So stop now,
Stop
turn off
now
the
before
TV.
it goes crazy.
Turn off the TV
One,
right now.
2, 3.
4.
Je suis une poupée de bite, une poupée de fion.
J'aime la bite, défonce-moi l'oignon, poupée de bite, poupée de fion. Je suis une poupée de bite, une poupée de fion. J'avale ta queue et c'est vraiment bon, poupée de bite, poupée de fion. Fion. Yeah!